Right, welcome back everyone. I hope you are ready for the afternoon session. Thank you all so much for being here today. Now to kickstart our afternoon session, we'll look into how women are shaping the future of finance. Now to take us through this discussion, please welcome to the stage Eetedal Alnajem, the CEO of PBS Women Global Investments. Along with her is Bingbing Chang, Director of Downstream Finance at Saudi Aramco, as well as Malina, Turcut, entrepreneur, CFO, and co-founder of Prime Dash, and your moderator, Samar, Khouri, a reporter at Forbes Middle East.
Thank you so much for that warm introduction. I'm just going to sit right here. I hope everyone managed to have some food. We were just speaking earlier, you only managed to get some sweets. Thank you so much for joining us today and everybody here here at the event. We have three wonderful ladies who are championing female representation and leadership in the finance sector, who are shaping the future of investment and financial inclusion. I'd like to start with you, Eetedal. So you are the founder and CEO of PBS Ventures. So you basically empower the entrepreneurial sector and SMEs by providing them with innovation tools and consulting solutions. So how does PBS Ventures really empower women entrepreneurs and foster sustainability through targeted investment funds?
Thank you very much. Thank you. First, I would like to thank Works for inviting us for this session. Actually, in BBS Venture, we are focusing to support women entrepreneurs, how they are working in startups in AI and emerging technology. Through our venture, we provide a bundle of services to support women to start their businesses, starting from coaching on mentoring, consultation, and also provide them the training to be ready for with their businesses in the market, and link them with the angel investors or VC who they have a fund to invest in their businesses.
And do you find is there any sort of common mistakes that you find among women entrepreneurs? Is there any, when they ask for your help, is there any comment?
Sure. Okay. I think most of the women now in the businesses, especially in Saudi Arabia, they face main challenge. It's about the culture of male and the support from their family and their community. They need more support and more trust to start their businesses. This is one from the main challenge. Second challenge, it's about the funding. They trying to find the investment, and they face difficult more than male in this part because they need more effort to trouble the male and to prove their concept and their idea for the investors.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I sound nasally. It's that season. I'm so sorry. I'd like to move on to you, Bingbing. So you have over 20 years of experience in the energy sector, and you were appointed the first female director at Aramco's Downstream business. It's an incredible feat. Congratulations. Walk me through your personal journey. How has it shaped your leadership approach and commitment to creating inclusive workplace, especially in a traditionally male-dominated workplace or industry?
I think the one concept that really helped me, and I feel as girls, as females, that would help everybody, all of us, is authenticity, is to not let the society's perception define you, how you are supposed to be, what you should look like. I think boys, I have two boys myself. When they grow up, you all know, boys will be boys. They can be rough, they can be dirty, everything is fine. But girls, oh my gosh, you have to be polite, quiet. Girls should be seen but not heard. So I think all of that shapes how we see ourselves. And that meant when you go to a workplace, interacting with the species that grow up fighting with each other and being encouraged to do that, whereas you being encouraged to be quiet and nice, there is an absolute culture shock. That then what I see, also learning from my own experience, there are two things people ended up doing. One is they became a boy because that's the behavior being encouraged. Therefore, all of us, maybe not all of us, but many of us have had experience with female leaders that are even harsher, even louder, even more strict than our male colleagues. Or people tend to leave workforce, became a mother. So it's the extreme end of choices. And therefore, the reason why I feel authenticity is something that's helped me deep is because you realize you don't have to be either. You can connect the masculine, the feminine side of you. And I think while we connect to our inner voice, who we truly are, you bring a sense of quiet, yet very, very powerful presence to the workplace that's much needed for the world. Statistics shows female leaders are 90% more likely to choose investments to support talents that are more for the benefits of the community than, no offense, our male colleagues. And I feel those things meant we must stay true to ourselves. You are who you are, not what the society wants you to be, not what your colleagues think you should be. And also, another thing I do also want to mention, now, especially here in Saudi, the society is opening up to more female presence at workplace. However, there are certain concepts that are very unspoken. You know, women, you have your periods. We have our periods every month, okay? We will get pregnant. When you move into bearing children, one day you go into menopause. These are biological. These are not weird and secret. It has to be hidden. And I truly think if workplace would have been designed by women, starting from history, there will be special treatment when you go through these significant life events. And yet, I've now been in Saudi for just over a year. There are girls in my team who are clearly pregnant, who are going on maternity leave, who actually had a baby in 2 weeks' time. She never said the word pregnant once. Nobody talked to her about it. She just disappeared quietly, and we signed her into the system as maternity leave. And the reason why I quote examples like this, I think is we girls need to find the inner connection, inner strength, to be proud of who we are, to be proud not just because we are now as equal as men, like when Michelle Obama said, okay, because she went through 2 IVFs. And one of the chapters in her book, it says, as she yanks the big needles into her thigh with those hormones, she thinks as supportive as her husband is, Barack Obama, he will never, ever understand what it's like to go through those things biologically. And therefore, I feel for us is to connect to every bit of ourselves truly and authentically. We don't have to become men at workplace. We don't have to be only women at workplace. You just have to be who you truly are. And that will bring big benefit to the society. That's what I think.
So Samar, being authentic to yourself.
Right. Being true, not perfect, not needing to be skinny and tall and happy and looking perfect every day. You know, if you have kids that are pooping and throwing up all over you, it's okay to show up with stained clothes. And to say, yes, I allow myself.
And it's incredible to see women shattering the glass ceiling in a male-dominated workplace or industry. It's amazing to see. You also mentioned, we had a quick chat earlier today, and you mentioned about how COVID was a catalyst for you. Do you mind just delving more into that?
Yes, someone's trying to drive away your car, obviously. Yes, Samar, we talked about entrepreneurship and finances, because I do have a corporate finance background. But COVID was a massive, I know not to trivialize people are dying, etc., but COVID is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, because it was the first time I came off the treadmill, running every day, and had a lot of look yourself in the eye moments to really ask me as a piece of resources on this planet, this life, what does it really mean when I'm no longer a mother, no longer that corporate executive? You know, you strip away all of your job titles, a daughter, a wife. Now, what's left? Who are you? And that's when something we talked about earlier, I want to bring the topic of entrepreneurship. Because during COVID, that's when I left the corporate track and started my own business. And now I'm back to the corporate track, but being a very different person. Now, I know all of you have listened a lot today. So let me ask you a question. Show me your hand if you think you are an entrepreneur. Show me your hand. Okay. Show me your hand if you spend money every day. Maybe not every day, but almost every day. Yeah? Let me tell you, if you spend money, show me your hand, you have some kind of income, that you're not spending money dropping from the sky. You have to earn it somehow, one way or the other. Now, if you earn money one way or the other, and you spend money one way or the other, let me tell you, you are an entrepreneur. Because the biggest change in my life, building a positive relationship with money, finding a sense of inner security, not with money itself, but with finances, a sense of trust that I can live with or without a paycheck. Because I am a piece of resources on this planet, I have values to offer. And that value, I have the ability to turn it into some kind of income, money, or other sources. That itself is the essence of entrepreneurship. So during COVID, that was when very scary. I don't want to fantasize it. I thought, the children are going to be living on the street. We're all going to starve. But I left a very well-paid job to really find the deeper meaning of my life. Just who am I? What am I doing here? That's when I started my own business, investment, etc. And now let me ask you, which one of you were born walking? That you know how to walk when you were born? No. You learned it. Now show me, how many of you have a professional background, skill set? AI, finance, painting, sewing. Were you born knowing how to do that? No. Was it easy? No, you learned it. And the same applies to finance. You earn money, you spend money, you can learn how to manage and be on top of your finance and become the entrepreneur of your life. And that is the most empowering experience I've ever had in my entire life, is to feel financially secure. I'm very happy to I don't want to take too long. Samar said we're under time pressure, but I'm very happy to share more of my own experience if any of you want to come talk to me afterwards.
Thank you so much, Bingbing. That was very inspiring and insightful. Thank you so much. I wanted to jump to you, Malina. So you are a CFO and investor at Prime Dash, which is a fintech company that provides innovative solutions and focuses on empowering businesses in the FMCG industry. And you are a co-founder of MLA MedTech, which accelerates the development of healthcare solutions. So you got a lot on your plate. Walk me through your personal journey. You're pretty much more into fintech and MedTech, right? So walk me through your journey of how you became, a co-founder and you're running a business, and how has technology revolutionized financial inclusion for SMEs, particularly in the FMCG sector?
It's both an honor and a privilege to be together with you at this amazing event. So as women, usually we are facing a lot of challenges, no matter the culture or the countries we are coming from. But at the same time, we are woven our stories with resilience and ambition and an unyielding commitment to create a better world, not only for us, but for the one that are coming after us. I think I had this feeling born inside of me, because all the time I wanted to help the people around me. I had this idea of becoming a doctor when I was in high school, but my parents said, no, you're never going to become a doctor. We don't want you to become a doctor, because I grew up in Romania and the doctors were very, very low paid and they have to stop you a lot if you sacrifice your family and everything. And they were just so stubborn to stop me becoming the doctor. And I said, okay, then tell me what you want me to do. And my mom said, I want to be an economist. And dad said, I want to be a lawyer. They said, I do both of them. But in the end, I will do my best to help people and the one that are around me. And I think becoming a leader or becoming an entrepreneur is to give energy from yourself and turn back in the society the knowledge that you have gained in your previous experience. And this was part of my secret, I think, to bring new opportunities in my life and to accept them.
And what are some of the biggest challenges when bridging the SME financing gap?
I spent around nearly 2 decades in oil and gas, transport, logistics, segment, and as you already said. And one of my most rewarding investment that I have done was in 2020 in an international fintech called PrimeReach. They have developed a financial solution for the SMEs, a virtual CFO, helping the SMEs globally, no matter the region or the industry, to obtain their report, but in a different way that they were obtaining from the accounting system, national accounting systems. But in the same time, using AI, machine learning, advanced analytics to make simulation for financial scenarios and forecasting their activity, which I found amazing because I just thought it's my goal to help those companies. It's perfect. I'm exactly in the right place, and I saw the potential of this technology and this solution to scale very fast. But once we were working with thousands and thousands of SMEs, we realized that helping them bridge the finance gap that they are having is not enough to provide them the right tools. We had to bring at the same table the financial institutions, and so we did. So now our technology is used by different banks and government entities. For example, Dubai SME from Minister of Economy and Tourism in Dubai is using our technology for the risk assessment credit, which is great because they automate the work process. And they are helping at the same time the companies to obtain much easier and much faster the loans that they are needed to grow. But this was not the biggest milestone. The biggest milestone that we faced was when Coca-Cola came to us, and they are one of the largest FMCG in the world. They had a vision, and the vision was to empower their SMEs, which were their clients, to obtain easier the working capital they needed, but in an embedded way into their B2B platforms. And we said, okay, this was 2 years before. We said, okay, we don't have this in place, but it's a huge challenge for us, and we take it because we are very open and we want to progress and to evaluate. And to come back to your question, which were the challenges? How do you convince the banks and how do you convince the investors to come in the project and to provide working capital for companies that don't have assets on the company because there are micro companies or small companies? They don't have a financial track record because if we know the UAE market, for example, or other markets, the financial and the accounting record, or it's missing, or it's not connected with the reality. So we faced this challenge and we said, okay, we found something more valuable than the financial data. We have the transactional data from Coca-Cola. And this was the game changer for us. And we convinced the first bank in Dubai, Dim Finance, which is part of Gargash Group, to join our project and to accept this challenge for them. But there was another challenge that was stopping us in evolving, and was the default risk that they were needed to solve because they don't want to take a very high risk. We know that traditional banks are usually very risk averse. And for the Coca-Cola, they want to provide working capital for the SMEs, but not the SMEs to spend the working capital for something else that was not paying the invoices or growing their sales and so on. So we joined forces with MasterCard in order to get in place one of their latest technologies called the VPC Business Payment Control, which allows us to control exactly the use of funds. And like this, we reduce the default rate, we control the use of funds, and we know exactly that those companies are going to use the money only in the way that we together with the bank allows them, which is amazing, and it's an innovative business model. What's even more amazing is that this business model it's industry agnostic, and it can be replicated in all the segments from oil and gas to medical distribution or other industries in the same way. And being the first in this segment and approaching a niche of market which was not till today financed, we are so pleased to do it. And we are very lucky to. It's a very interesting situation.
You're doing something right. It's very interesting. I just want to squeeze in some time to ask if anybody has any questions for these ladies. This specific. Does anybody has any questions before we wrap up? Okay, no. This is my last question, actually, for all three of you. What are the unique contributions women bring to the finance and investment sector that drive innovation and inclusivity? I'll start with you, Eetedal.
Sorry, you mean what they provide? What the main contribution for the woman?
What do women contribute? What can they bring?
Actually, Saudi Arabia, the percentage of Saudi startups, so they have business around 45, okay, which is good percentage, maybe. And it means in half of the entrepreneurs are women, and most of them they are focusing in technology. This is one from the promised industry. They must women focus on it. Now we found many women they have businesses in tourism and culture and art and music, and there is a new industries come in the Saudi market, which is I think it's good, because before they are mainly focusing in beauty and fashion, something like that. Now we have a founder for fintech. Okay, this is one from the promised industry now in Saudi Arabia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bingbing. Or Vai, your thoughts?
In my view, I think the inclusion of women, not just of finance, but in general, everything actually makes the world a happier place, if that even makes any sense. So, for example, when I was first hired into the oil and gas industry, into big corporate, a lot of it is about ticking a box. Look, she's female, she's Chinese, she's a young mother. Once we get her, our diversity and inclusion boxes all have ticked, scorecard done. And afterwards, you realize, as people say, diversity is to invite different people to the party, but inclusivity is to invite them to dance. And I think we women had made one step forward. We are now in the door. But the true next step is to dance. And not dance men's dance, not dance the old dance that was there, but dance our dance. And the feminine energy, the feminine presence, showing up with colorful clothes, with long hair, focusing on how you feel, what you look like, is a very different presence into the workplace where it's very masculine, it's very, very male-dominated. If I witness what happens around me is when there are more girls, more female around, there's just a more peaceful energy. And it's not about you make more money. It's not about, you move faster. Life is not a race. You're not racing. We're not racing against anybody else. Our own life is our own dance. And I feel the inclusion of that feminine energy is to make it a better dance, make it more beautiful dance. Ultimately, this life, this dance, is all that we have. Hence, I believe that is the most powerful, most valuable element that female brings to the workplace.
I love that our life is our own dance. I really love like that. What about you, Malina?
because I have an economical background and I don't know how to dress with so beautiful words the ideas that I have. But 32% of the global wealth is controlled by women today, and it's estimated to reach over 50% in the next 5 years, which is the biggest shift in history. And of course, this will change and will impact the investment landscape in positive ways, I think. What women are bringing in the investment, they are focused on the sustainable projects and social projects. They are having a diversity in the leadership style based on collaboration, on empathy. They choose to empathize with the people they are working with, and the adaptability. What else? They are focused on the long-term value, long-term goals, rather than the short opportunities that they are facing. They are preferring to focus on the personalized demand for personalized financial products and to increase the demand for the personal financial products. And this is because the percentage of the customers of next gen and millennials customers is growing and growing and growing, and they are realizing this, and that they are just positioning in the right space in order to cover this need of the market.
Thank you so much, Malina. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. I would love to discuss more and more with you on this, but unfortunately, time can't allow. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you all.